And so I remember the first time I heard this whole thing, it was about 10 years old, I think. And this was when my dad had the thing like, oh, let's go out and do some gardening. And so, which, eventually I learned that gardening in the backyard, we're having a talk. But we went out, and my dad kind of started talking about it, and, he kind of, talked a little bit about what pornography is, and it's going to be exposed to me in some way. Eventually I'm going to want to see it and that sort of thing. But when he got into talking about how that I'm going to want to see it, that it's a natural thing to happen, I was just like, wait, you're telling me I want to see this? That's disgusting. Who do you think I am? I was very much like, I'm not going to do that, because it just seemed like this disgusting, horrible thing. But my dad made sure I understood that, no, it's not a disgusting thing to want to see it, because this is a natural thing. Eventually you are going to want to see it, and you're going to have this drive to go do that. So some things you want to teach them is that pornography is harmful. It sets up unreal expectations of sex. It has unrealistic views of what sex is or what it should be. Like my dad said, it can be traumatic. It's endlessly novel. Kids can have this idea that I can have it any time. There are no boundaries to it. And that's saying you don't want to have that idea set in them so prematurely. And you also want to make sure that they understand that pornography is very attractive, and that it makes us ignore important things. It kind of makes us shut down, go in this mode of you're so focused on this idea, you're so focused on pornography, you don't really think about anything else. You don't want to think about anything else, and it can kind of be an escape out of things. And it really just makes us isolate from people and get away from relationships, because it is so isolating. It just takes you out of the real world, and it can make you feel lonely.